honesty is your best policy in this game. What you're not trying to do is trick people.
All day.
Hey guys, what's up? A little bit of a spin-off video here. I'm going to try to keep it short. Came up with this while I was ranting during my last video, and it made me realize that this would be a good topic to talk about. Because a lot of you are young, and maybe some people kind of don't understand this game very much, and they're not thinking about it conceptually the right way, even though I've posted several videos telling you how to get your mindset right. Go back and watch those. But the main thing here is honesty is your best policy in this game. What you're not trying to do is trick people. This game isn't about being smarter and outsmarting people into thinking they're buying something that's not good. There would be no long-term business that would operate like that, right? Like people would eventually get fed up with it and they would stop buying. You're trying to disclose every possible detail. That's the best policy to have. Disclose every possible detail you can about an item, any type of like defects or things that aren't right about it, put those out into the open. If it's used, sell it as used. If it's new, you can sell it as new, but don't try to pass used items off as new. Because at the end of the day, maybe you'll get away with it once or twice. Maybe you'll get away with it for a long time. I don't know. But eventually your reputation will catch up with you. And online, this social equity thing, I mean, we're on several different platforms and people know who you are. Whether you think they do or not, eventually people know who you are and they will out you. They will destroy you. And if your business is selling online, destroying your reputation online basically just destroyed your business, right? So there's no long-term gain. There's nothing good to come out of lying about what you're selling, right? So honesty is the best policy, and be upfront about it. And so what I mean there about not tricking people is I think a lot of people think about this game and they think like, what you have to do is find a product and then trick somebody else into believing that product is worth paying money for, even though you didn't. And that's not what the game is at all. You are finding products that another person wasn't smart enough to sell for the right price and selling that to somebody else for the right price for the actual value of the item. That's how you have to think of this. So the person that sold it to you or is selling it for cheap didn't assess the market correctly. They didn't do the work, and you are doing the work, and that's why you're going to get paid off of this item, because that person was rather lazy about it and you're rather thorough about it, right? And so you're going to look things up, see what other ones sold for, find out what the item's actually worth, whereas they are just going to sell it for what it's worth to them, or if it's an actual retail store, they're going to sell it for whatever they can to get, part of their money that they invested back into it. They don't know all of this stuff that you know. You are smarter than them. So because you know all of this, there's no point in trying to trick people into other things, because the buyer that's buying from you knows what they're buying, right? Like, it's not that they don't know what they're buying. They know what they're buying and they're paying top dollar for it. So they definitely know what it is because they're the ones that's actually willing to pay for it, right? So that should tell you how you should treat that customer. That customer is actually paying money for something that you didn't pay as much money for. And that's because in their head, they value that item as what it's supposed to be. So for you to try to lie to them and trick them, they're going to know right away, right? And so that's a quick way to ruin your reputation. So honesty is the best policy. Don't try to mislead people. Always be forthcoming with what you have. And if you make a mistake, own up to it and try to make it right. Sometimes it is your fault. Sometimes you do need to go above and beyond and fix it for the customer. Sometimes it's their fault. You need to be, use that at your own discretion. Try to please the customer as much as possible. But at the end of the day, the moral of the story here is don't ruin your reputation forever by lying about a stupid stuffed animal not having a stain on it or something. And then next thing you know, that's all you're known for. Because that's word of mouth. Still to this day, whether you want to talk internet or mailers or any type of advertising, word of mouth is still your number one friend. And you want other people telling other people to go to your store to buy used products or new products or whatever you're selling. You want them to go to you. And so you're not going to get that if you lie to somebody or mislead them. And I think early on in the game, that's what people try to do. They try to say, well, let me give you an example. Like, like if you're selling like an Adidas shoe, right? And you're just selling a brand new Adidas shoe. I love Adidas and I love Yeezys, right? And I talk about them all the time. So you are selling Yeezys but they're not Yeezys. You're just selling a regular pair of Adidas, right? And some people will put like a Yeezy in the description or the title. Why? Like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the eyeballs of the people that were searching for Yeezys, right? But what you are actually doing is misleading people. And that's not honest. That's deceptive. And somebody, if there's one person that could be tricked by your title by thinking that it's a Yeezy or it's like a Yeezy, then you did them dirty. You did a bad thing. And I don't care what anybody says, you did a bad thing. Because you're not in the business. You're not a magician. You're not trying to make money appear out of nothing. You're trying to sell legitimate products for the legitimate price that they are worth. And nothing else, nothing less. So take that in mind as you start to get out here and do this for yourself. But I just wanted to share that quick info with you and let you know that you're not trying to mislead people. Don't try to be deceptive with your titles or your descriptions or anything like that. Be the exact opposite. Be really forthcoming, be really honest, and if people have questions, answer them honestly and truthfully, and you'll find that your sales go through the roof, your customers tell other customers, or become repeat buyers. You will do much better long term if you follow these steps, because number one, you underestimate the value of the lifetime dollars that you will make off of a repeat buyer. And number two, that word of mouth will put your business double time through the roof. So keep that in mind. Practice that. Honesty is the best policy. Don't mislead people. Don't be a stupid shit. Don't ruin your reputation forever. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe or give it a like. Comment below any questions you have or any videos you'd like to see me do. But other than that, I didn't go on too big of a rant, so we kept this one short. Have a great day and keep flipping. This clicker never worked.